Welcome to Dungeons and Chickens, the podcast where chickens fight back. Episode 10, double digits, guys.
Double digits.
Woo.
Big moment. Double digits can be here for a while, so let's enjoy it. All right. So, last episode, we left off. Our heroes were in the process of passing through Brolkog. They managed to find some refuge on their way to Brolkog, and they met a nice pig farmer in which he let them stay for refuge and take nice shelter. And they managed to buy themselves a pig, a black pig named Salem. This one is a female pig, and they're taking this pig along with themselves and going through Brolkog as the easiest way of traveling. And they decided to travel through, and they managed to make their way through relatively without issue, although with a bit of questioning about why they have a pig with them. They managed to make their way through the streets, traveling all up until they met two female figures, one being a female halfling and the other one being what looks like a human female in what seems to be a mix of like silver and blue pieces of armor. And they stood out to you guys as one of the few humans in Brolkog themselves. That being said, Lyris managed to convince them to help you escort you guys through the city in order for you to perhaps help them on a mission that they were talking about out in the streets. And we open up, and finally, Elora, in particular, noticed that her father was currently giving a speech outside of the Church of the White Mother that he works at, and he was doing it to encourage and reassure people in the faith of the White Mother. Now, with that being said, we enter our scene. We would do this, my brothers. For Brolkog and for each one of us, the White Mother will show us through. And then you see around the crowd that's basically surrounding him, because he's on what sort of is like a platform kind of thing out in front of the church. It was like kind of a wooden platform, and in front of it is a bunch of crowd varying of orcs and goblins, basically all at this point cheering. They're cheering, like all around, and basically like chanting his name as well. So, with that being said, you have not been spotted, but Elora had just now realized who's giving that speech. Now, with that being said, what would you guys like to do?
So, give me a bit more detail about where he is in regards to us, as in like we're walking in the street right now, still trying to make our way over to the east gate. Is he like is it in front of us, like almost like blocking our way? Is it like off to the side that we're like almost like walking past them as he's doing the speech? Like what sort of position is it in right now?
So, funny thing, the church is actually one of the wealthiest buildings in town, because Brolkog isn't really known for its wealth, but this is one of the few structures that actually looks like it's made to be fancy of some sort rather than just utility. And so it has like a kind of a more open plaza in front of it. And in front of it, the church is going to be to your right. You are basically walking through a plaza that's going to be, you guys are going to be going straight through it if you continue down the road. And the crowd is what's basically stands in your way. You can need to like weave in and out of them to try and like get your way through. But Elora's father is actually to the right on a platform in front of the church.
Okay. So at this point in time, obviously, I don't know who he is. So for myself, I'm going to be continuing to kind of, considering I'm still at the kind of the front of the pack, I'm going to be continuing to walk in the same direction we currently are, kind of pushing people aside a little bit, gently, nothing forceful, nothing to draw attention to us, but just making a bit of a path for Delilah and Elora to come behind.
I believe that I'm walking behind Elora. I'm trying to remember the walking order that we had.
You're behind me.
Okay, so I'm behind you, and then Elora's behind me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then Beatrix was behind her, I think.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Beatrix, that bitch.
Yeah, that's what the walking order is. So.
So I can see him, but I can see him. Okay, fuck.
I mean, we can see him. We can see him as well.
You realized him, yeah.
But none of you know who.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, in a panic, Elora is gonna basically stop, turn around, and look at Delilah, and just have this really worried like look in her face, and just be like, and kind of. I don't want to like say, oh my god, it's my dad or whatever, because I don't want to draw attention to us. But I'm just gonna like nod my head over towards his direction and just be like, and have like a panic look on my face, I guess.
Oh shit.
I do want to know at this point, the two ladies that you guys met in the streets are going to be on either side of you, kind of like providing kind of basically cover for you at this point.
Ooh.
Unless you guys tell them otherwise, in front of you, or like you can tell them to be in front of you or behind you, but they just assume their positions to be on the left and right side of you to cover each side.
Okay.
The one on the left, the halfling, this is look at this pompous asshole.
Fucking churches. Am I right?
and then you see the halfling laughs along with you, and then the other one's kind of like, shh, you can't say that here, and he's like, shut up, it's fine.
So Elora has kind of gestured to me to look over to my side. So I do, and I see this pompous asshole, as we say, surrounded by his adoring fans.
Yeah. It's also very like
yeah, actually it's probably more like than
yeah, more a lot more bass in that.
You're my hero.
Yeah. I wanted to kind of just describe him a little bit, just for better, like just to say this better.
Yeah,
this is a half elven male. He is in his, I believe his 50s, and he's wearing what seems to be kind of like all white robes, but then has like the thing that a lot of like pastors wear at churches, and they kind of have like the thing that like almost like the scarf kind of thing that goes all the way down, and you see it has symbols of like suns on it, and you see this female figure. Himself, he looks very like weathered, and he's wrinkled in places, and he shows his age a lot basically, and he seems to have some sort of, you can't see him from this distance, but his eyes are a bit strange. They're a bit like yellowish, almost reddish kind of.
Oh, jaundice, upsetting. That's bad luck.
That was a massive prick.
Okay, so I am say if I'm wrong or not, but given that Elora has kind of like gestured with panic over to him, if I look at him, and would we say that I could probably see like given I've had a hint of who he is, I can see like the familial resemblance and could probably ascertain that is her dad.
The two and two together sort of deal.
Yeah, like that kind of thing.
Roll an intelligence check. I want to see how well you put 2 and 2 together.
How intelligent are you, Rhea?
Fuck knows. Hang on, I'm just trying to get it up. I didn't have my character sheet up because I'm a dumbass. So, right, intelligence.
Yeah, intelligence. So just roll an intelligence check for me. Okay, 14.
Big brain.
Oh, yeah, mate. Big brain plays.
So you've heard stories of the fact that there aren't very many half-elven people in Brolkog, and you can assume from the fact that you know Elora and you know she's half-elven, and the fact that this is a half-elven male in front of a church wearing similar kind of color schemes as his daughter, you can sort of put together, but right now it's more of just a hunch unless you know for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take a lot. I mean, you know, but
yeah, but if you rolled natural 20, you would have been, oh yeah.
I'm just a little bit slow sometimes, you know. Just give me a moment or two. I'll get there in the end.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking at him and thinking like, okay, well, that's definitely it's somebody of the church who we need to be avoiding, and it may or may not be Elora's fucking creepy ass dad. So I grab Elora by the elbow. I have my quarterstaff in my other hand, so I kind of like tap Lyris's leg, like with it, just kind of surreptitiously, like no one else would really see it. Not like bonking him on the head saying, we're going this way now, but just kind of like showing him that, yeah, we're moving in a different direction now. And I kind of like cart Elora away as fast as I can, because I'm wearing her white cape as well, aren't I?
Yeah, you're the one. Yeah, she's wearing the darker kind of cloak. You're wearing hers.
Yeah, so I want to move Elora away from this kind of hustle and bustle as fast as possible, and also the cape as well.
Are you trying to go backwards as well? So like you're basically trying to go backwards, or are you trying to go like, because right now you're kind of like on both sides of you. You can't really go left or right because it's more of just kind of like booths and shops. And in front of you, the path continues forward, but you have to go through the plaza. But behind you, you know from what you've just seen that it's more like shops and some interweaving like alleyways, basically.
I would be taking us backwards then. I wouldn't want a chance taking her through, just in case she or my cape gets, or her cape on me gets recognized.
Okay.
So when she kind of bonks me on the leg. I kind of
like shoulder.
Yeah, I kind of turn and look over my shoulder and see the kind of like not panicked look, but see the concerned look on their face and the fact that gesturing that hey, we're going this way. I then kind of pass that look on to the two half elves either side us and kind of give almost like a nod of a gesture of like with my hand of hey, we're doing an about turn sort of deal. And yeah, so now being at the back of the pack, I follow on.
Okay.
Uh-oh, I don't like it when he rolls for dice.
Huh?
Oh, he rolled it again. Oh no. Oh no. We're shot on sight.
Delilah, can you roll a stealth check for me?
Oh, fuck me.
Oh,
I got a natural 21.
Okay. So.
Oh yes.
You managed to basically turn around and go away with no issue.
Drybone says he says it was such disappointment. Like
it's D&D. It has how things go. So you guys, how far do you want to go back?
I don't know.
just to the point that we're no longer part of the crowd. Just basically to the point that we're no longer in the crowd that is facing Elora's dad.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys managed to make your way back. I would say like 50, 60 feet is probably enough from the crowd itself, not him. From the crowd is probably enough so that it doesn't really make a big of a deal, but you guys are still in the middle of town, basically.
So when we get to that point, I'm going to kind of beckon everyone to kind of like not huddle together, not like, right, not making a circle. But...
All right, team.
All right, here's the game plan.
But just sort of like I kind of gesture to everyone to kind of come closer, which I presume everyone does, and kind of like with a hushed tone, kind of go right. Was firstly to Elora, was that who I think it was? Or is that just someone that we're trying to avoid?
What? So he gets to make the assumption, and I had to make an intelligence check for it.
Well, you bonked him, and you turned around.
Yeah,
so but I also had Elora going like, gesturing over to it.
All right, so Charlie, you wouldn't know exactly. You just be like, say like, who was that?
That's fine. Yeah. So why do we turn around? Who the hell was that?
That was my father.
I knew it!
Wait, that guy's your dad?
Bruh.
Good call, Delilah, for turning around. Is it good call to turn around, Delilah? We wouldn't have wanted to draw attention through there. And I turned to the half elves. Look, okay, obviously the direct path isn't going to be very good right now. You guys know this city better than anyone. Or better than us anyway. Is there some way we can skirt? There must be like a side road or something we can go down that will get around this. I appreciate it's going to take us longer, but it's away from that crowd. That's better.
I'm relatively new here, but I mean,
didn't you have something? Didn't you have something you had? Isn't there something that you need our help with?
Yeah.
Is that somewhere that's further away from here?
No, it's in town. So, but
well,
I just know where that is.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, is what you need help with going to take us away from this guy?
Well, do you want to hear about it real quick? I mean, it's I can get it's a so-so kind of answer.
I mean, if it's if what we can help you with is going to take us away from here for now, then two birds, one stone, in my opinion.
Just come over to me. Like, there's being over like you can. She kind of points to the halfling, kind of points over towards this like kind of alleyway type deal, and is like, here, just let's go over here. Just something where it's a little bit more discreet for a little bit.
Oh, that's shady.
All right, I follow on.
She's gonna sell us drugs.
I follow on, looking at the sky. Going,
I would say also I wanted to add this. Saul probably at this point is, I would say he is scouting ahead, but he kind of like he's basically just keeping like an overhead view of you guys at this point, because he's basically just following you because he's confused about what's happening. But he gets like the vague idea.
Mm.
Oh yeah, poor Saul.
About Salem.
Oink.
You know, oink oink.
Oink oink. Oh god.
Just basically, it's not really putting up much resistance for anything.
So just quickly, is it just see, we've had 10 episodes so far and I still don't know if it's Lyris or Lyris.
Lyris.
It's
Oh,
Lyris.
sorry, it's Lyris.
Lyris. Okay, right. I don't know why, but every time I think of the word, I'm thinking like, oh dear Lord, how do I say this again? Is it just Lyris who goes over to speak to the halfling and the woman, or like are we all kind of beckoned over?
By the way, she gestured. She wanted like everybody to come over there. It's more of it's a briefing on what's going to be happening.
Okay, then I kind of like tuck behind. I kind of like push Elora more in front of me, and like I tuck her further into the alleyway so that she's kind of obscured from any kind of prying eyes.
Okay.
Eyes.
So basically, you guys enter the alleyway, and you see that the halfling woman seems to be the one that's kind of like taking charge of this whole thing. She's like, "Hey, so welcome to my fucked up book club." But basically, we're here, and we're doing some sort of mission. This mission is specific, I would say. But basically, what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of the war, because what they're doing right now is, in the process, they're bringing right now more of their troops and forces out. And she kind of like looks over like at the alleyway. Right now, the Ashlands are moving their troops and their weaponry over towards the front lines, towards Steelfist Legion forces in Failgon. Which means that soon they're going to be moving some of the most powerful weaponry soon, which means that we only have a limited amount of time to do this. And so what we are going to be doing is we're going to be hitting a military barrack, and we're going to be stealing some of their weapons, some of the most valuable and powerful ones. Who knows? Maybe we might find some potions, valuable potions. Some of the strongest ones are saved for war. Some powerful weapons. Who knows what we can find? And so we were going to hit it, and we were going to hit it stealthily. We weren't going to like we were going to go in there stealthily. We were going to go into like their sort of storage unit there, and we were going to go hit it and take for everything they got, and then we're going to go.
Right. And how much resistance are you expecting? How many people are we talking in this barracks or in this weapon storage?
They only have about 20% of their army forces with them. There's almost no one there to fight.
And you have a way in and out prepared?
Sorry, say that again.
So, and you have a way in and out prepared?
Yes, I already mapped out the area, and she kind of like she kind of is like she brings out like a crudely drawn like map sort of like what the building's going through, and it seems like it's mostly it's a central area, like, or an area more towards the back of the building, along with like some sort of like weaving like some hallways and stuff to lead to it. But she says, don't worry about these hallways. We're going to be coming from the roof from above. And we're going to be dropping down we're going to be dropping down from the roof into that room directly. And usually we would have some issue with this, but we have some ways of getting in.
Yo, that's kind of cool though.
So what do you need us for?
Oh, you
sound like you've got it all planned out.
Yeah. Well, some of our forces got split along the way. We needed some heavy lifters, and some of our heavy lifters didn't make it here. So we kind of.
I am not a
That's
heavy
why.
lifter.
Well,
Look at
well,
the size of me.
Well, you look capable, but but she basically just says, no, but we could use your help because you guys look like sequins in a land of mud. So you guys are pretty bright and like look pretty interesting. And we thought we could use your, and he kind of like eyes Lyris with like he's wearing like a full like suit of armor. He's like, we could maybe use a bit of muscle as well.
All right. So I kind of gesture to the others and say, look, we're going to need a minute. Give us a second. I kind of turn my back to them and turn to the others, almost like a bit of a huddle, a bit of a quick chat.
You see when you go pull yourselves aside, the halfling kind of looks towards like the human paladin, and she's like, "Did I do good?" And she was like, "Yeah, you did great." He's like, "Yes."
What are your names? You haven't told us who you are yet.
Oh yeah, my bad. My name's Brie. This is Athena, and she kind of like puts her hand on her shoulder by like standing up a little bit. But she's like, "Listen, we got you covered. We're not new to this kind of thing."
All right, so like I said, when we turn and huddle with the others, I kind of, again, very very hushed tone. I don't want anyone in the street next to the alleyways to hear this, nor do I even want Brie and Athena to hear this either. Look, guys, we have two options here. We don't want to go wandering off in this city, which we don't know where to go, and end up, bumping into someone we don't want to bump to. So the way I see it, we have two options. Either we can go through that crowd and risk being seen by your father or some of the other guards around him, or we can go with these two, help them out on their mission. They say it's going to be stealth. If we can keep it that way, then surely we're not going to be seen by anyone. We help them, they help us get out of the city, and you never know, we might get some extra weapons or something out of it, and that might help us later down the line when we're trying to help Beatrix out in the Foreboding Bogs. I don't know about you guys, but I'm tempted to go with these guys. I'm not sure how much I trust them yet, but it's the lesser of two evils as I see it. I promised you, Elora, that I'd keep you away from your father, and I intend to keep that.
I think Elora should decide, considering it's her life that is at stake here. If that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
No.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
As much as I don't know if I trust these two, I think it is the safer option to go with them. I don't want to risk being caught by my father. That will put mine and your lives at danger. So I guess we could go help these two people who we
would
really
rescue
know very
you. Of course.
Of course. But yeah, I hate to say it, but let's go with the two strangers we just met.
Lovely.
All right, we put our hands in the middle and go, yeah, no. I turn around to the other two and say, okay, we'll help you, but mark my words, we need to do this quickly. We need to do this stealthily. I will help you to our fullest extent, but our main mission is still getting out of this town unnoticed. And I will say now that if it comes to it, it's our friend here before anyone else.
That's fair.
I'm so special.
I love how
I was talking about Salem.
During Charlie's little speech there, I was watching his cam, and his face also, his face reflects what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that as well, but it's weird seeing Charlie do it, because I think, God, what must I look like? I must look so weird when I'm just basically I scowl all the time.
Here's the audience going, oh, we don't see it.
But basically, Brie kind of looks.
Special?
Brie looks at Athena, and she's like, "Hey, look, we made friends. Hey, you said we wouldn't make friends here. You're wrong. And look, Hilfmir said you couldn't make friends. We're the best
friends.
You'll warm up to me." And she kind of she pulls out a flask. He's like, "Want a drink?"
I think it will take a while for Elora to warm up to you, just from my own experience.
least we can see eye to eye to each other. Eh?
How should? Fuck. It took me a moment to get that, and I was like, "Oh fuck! I forgot that she's a halfling."
Halfling, yeah.
Wait, so how tall are halflings? Are they like what, like 4 foot, 4.5
I
foot?
think I don't know. Okay,
Or
I
maybe
know.
3.5.
I need to look at Brie, but I think Brie is like. I think she's
They're
like.
taller than gnomes, aren't they?
Yeah, I think I put her down as 5'3".
If she's 5'3", then she's taller than both of us.
Is she really?
Yeah, we're 4'11".
Whew. I mean, wait. Let me look up half. Like
We're shorter than a halfling, Millie.
Oh no.
What the fuck? No. I mean, 5'3" is my actual like.
Okay, I'm lying.
height.
I'm lying. They're about 3 feet tall average.
Oh, okay then. That's
Three-
right,
three-
then. We're
okay,
considerably
yes,
taller than.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, my bad. I know. I just like. It's been a while since I've had a halfling character.
That's all right.
But anyway, so yeah, she's like eye to eye. Even though you're obviously taller than her. She's like drink, and she holds it out to like any of you. I can't. I'm sober. So
What's in
it? What is in it? I forgot.
Oh yeah, that really makes me want to drink it.
Something good. I mean, enough to buzz you to get ready for your job.
Are we going somewhere after this? Like, are we staying somewhere, or are we just going straight away to go and do that shit?
Well, seeing as how it's about like midday, we should probably hit this during the night. Less security, that kind of thing.
Oh, cool! I've got time to get drunk then. All right then.
And she
I take the cup and I take like a big kind of gulp.
Okay, so with it's poison. With this, it's some of the hardiest alcohol you've ever consumed.
Considering I was raised in a church, that doesn't say much.
It's basically, it makes you kind of like it burns like everywhere. It's almost like motor oil. It feels like, and he's like, and yeah,
the strongest whiskey I've ever had.
And then you basically kind of like, you kind of just, and then she's like, oh yeah, that's what's in it. It's dwarven alcohol. I forgot what brew. Hilfmir gave it to us. It's some weird shit.
Oh, yeah, it is some weird shit. I like it.
We picked it up from where we're from, and so it's pretty cool. Like Hilfmir showed us around his place. We got some of his original stuff from his parents. It was really cool.
And at this point, Lara's gonna kind of like take a step forward. Like, guys, we cannot stay here. Okay, wherever we're gonna go to lay down until it's gonna be nighttime. We need to go, okay? The longer we're standing here, the more suspicious we are. We already stand out from a crowd anyway, let alone standing in a creepy alleyway.
All right, let's go then. But I want more alcohol when we get there.
She basically kind of puts it on. She's like, I don't even drink this stuff anymore. It's more just like kind of on my belt. Anyway, let's go. And they both kind of lead the way. And Athena's kind of like, okay, so here, I'm going to roll something real quick. Actually, who's gonna be like, because they're leading the way, so who's gonna be leader? So you're gonna be first, like right after them?
No, based on actually, I don't know. Actually, I
mean, I'm gonna be sticking with Elora.
Yeah, so who do you think at this point would follow, those two after?
You know what? Yeah,
after having this conversation,
I think. I'm gonna stay at the back. I think I want to make sure that we're not being followed. So I'm gonna wait. I'm sorry for taking your spot, Rhea, but I'm assuming that Delilah's probably gonna be quite close behind them.
Yeah. If Lyris is gonna take like the rear, then I will be like I'll be following, but I'll be wanting to like know that Elora is close behind me, basically.
Okay. So can I have you roll perception check?
19.
How about 19?
You kind of see Athena kind of, or not Athena. Yeah, you see Athena. You see Athena basically kind of like lean over and kind of like basically go and talk towards you. She says, "Do you really trust these people?" And she says, and Brie kind of just like, because like, well, you see, even if I don't, but even if like they were trying to kill us, I'm still not really intimidated by them. We've seen worse than them.
Bruh.
Well
Okay,
then.
a little bit insulted, but hey ho, we'll just have to prove them wrong then, won't we? That's in my head, by the way. I'm thinking that.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Do you want Saul to still remain in the air at this point, or do you want him to kind of like remain like on your head or something like that? Do you want to keep an overhead view?
I want him to kind of move around on the rooftops, so not like be like actively flying overhead, but just kind of like following along, but like on the rooftops essentially.
Like hopping along.
Yeah, but like in a. Well, I mean, no one's really going to be looking at a crow thinking like, "What the fuck are they doing?" when they're just hopping along, you know? So,
what are you doing here, man?
Yeah. Hey, look at that weird ass bird.
No, but it's pretty. I mean, it's fairly easy. I mean, at this point, as long as you avoid the crowds, like you see some kind of wandering eyes because you guys are wearing. One of your members has an entire suit of armor. Like, oh, sorry, 3 of you now have suits of armor on. You guys have a pig with you. You guys, 2 of you guys are almost completely cloaked over. So I would say you get some eyes, but I don't think any way in where it'd be like, I'm gonna call the cops on you or something like that. It's more just kind of like you guys look very weird.
I like how disguises basically do the exact opposite of what we want, in that it just draws attention to us even more.
Because you guys are, I mean, like you guys have like you're hidden. You wanted to be hidden, and you're hidden, but you just like you look like an Assassin's Creed when you just have like the hood up or whatever, and you're just walking through the crowds. You look like I mean, it looks very like, what the hell is that guy's
they're
deal?
A dangerous person. I'm gonna stay clear of them.
Yeah, kind of thing. But no,
okay,
you guys.
I'm good with that.
Okay, so I would say for the next, man, I don't know, the city's pretty large. An hour and like 30 minutes. You guys are spent time weaving throughout crowds, going through alleyways, going through like markets and shops, trying to make your way out of Brolkog before you actually legitimately make your way towards like the exit gate.
Oh shit, we're getting to the exit gate.
I mean, they were going to. I didn't say this, but they were going to like basically hide out like near the exit gate, so they have like an easy like escape or whatever. Because based off like your guys' panic reaction,
that makes sense.
The barracks are near kind of the center of the city, but seeing as like it'd be very like
got it
suspicious to camp out in the middle of the city where there's like a central square. She's bringing us to the outskirts so that if you guys do attract attention, you can literally just leave the city.
Okay, so we're not leaving the city, but we're going to the outskirts.
Yeah, you're going to the outskirts. If you leave the city, you have to go through security again, which was a whole thing.
It's a whole other thing.
Well, you guys may basically kind of just hang out. At this point, Brie is. I'm trying to think of the right word. She's basically just kind of like hanging out with you guys, acting like you guys have been friends for like 10 years. Even though you guys literally just met. She's basically just sharing stories the entire time. Of varying interesting levels of cool. Like they're just she's basically describing, she's like stuff like, one time me and Athena and a couple other buddies were taking down like this weird like moss troll in the like the woods. It was so weird. Like literally, I have never seen so many boils on something with so much bark. It is so weird. Like it's like all these kinds of like stories. They're just varying levels of entertaining, and I mean, it's up to you guys, up to your characters if you guys actually enjoy those stories. But I
love it. Like Laris loves anything that's like makes you laugh.
But no, you can tell that Brie's very kind of an interesting character. She's just making you laugh all the time. Kind of person, and she's just going and just telling stories, and eventually you guys kind of pass the time by doing stuff like that. There are quieter moments where you kind of just like you guys are just tending to your own things, maybe like sharpening weapons, reading books, doing different kind of things.
Are we actually at like a pub or an inn or something now?
You guys right now would be somewhere in like I would say it depends like where, but Brie kind of just takes you out to the outskirts and basically would just ask you where you guys want to go. If you guys want to go into a pub, that's fine, but I think it might draw more attention to you.
I'd rather a safe house of some kind,
Well,
I say a safe house. I mean, just like a secure location that doesn't have a bunch of other people in there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, so what I'm referring
initially when I imagined, I just imagined Brie kind of just like pulling you guys inside into like some sort of like alley between two closed buildings or whatever, so you guys could just hang out for a little bit.
Okay, so we're literally just hanging out in an alleyway right now.
Okay.
Like pretty much, like yeah, but it's one near the gate. So if you guys get like, hey, what are you doing over here? You can just leave.
Okay, cool. So that's where we're kind of quote unquote.
That's what I imagined when Brie was like taking you to the outskirts. I imagine we're kind of just taking you. So because if she took you into an inn, it'd be like you guys seem like high priority like suspects right now of something.
Yep, that's fair enough.
Okay. Just super quickly. Sorry to kind of interject there. But sort of a role play opportunity. Delilah is kind of. I don't know how to phrase it. I don't want to say making eyes because it's not what she's doing. She her gaze is on Lyris quite often, actually. She's sort of like lightly frowning at him every now and then. I'm not sure if Lyris would notice this, but I just want to say that is what Delilah is doing.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, Elora keeps winking at everyone. Everyone who makes eye contact with her.
Elora is licking her lips at Delilah.
Just very obvious winking. So, okay, basically, so you guys basically come back to say, like, Brie saying, like, but no, it was a huge troll, like, epic fight, really cool. All right. And she kind of looks and says, like, "Oh, it's dark now. Man, don't even notice the time flying by." All right, so we have our plan. So what I was thinking. Feel free to interject here. We're gonna go into the middle of the city, and I mean, usually the city's more of asleep at this point. Although there are shops that are still open, just some vague ones that are of importance, but. We can basically just walk into more of the center-ish of town. There's the barracks should be there. It'll be very obvious because there will be some guards at the front. What we're going to do is I planned out the city street because I've investigated it before. There is an alleyway behind a lot of the houses that a lot of people don't know about in this particular street. And we're going to go behind that alleyway. We're going to then climb up the back of the barracks and then enter up from the top.
That sounds like dexterity checks.
I mean, it should be fine as long as you're limber.
Lyris raises his hand.
Yes.
And then his upright hand turns into a point down. What about the pig?
Are you trying to eat it? Like, do you need help?
No, don't you eat my pig?
He is. Sorry, she. Salem's a girl.
Yeah, Salem's a she this time to make it all more confusing.
Yeah. Salem is a part of the team. Thank you. A part of the family. How dare you? Yeah. Harmful. She's going to be harmful.
Brie pulls out a dagger. You sure? I mean, I could help you.
Okay, yeah. If Brie does that, then I take out my core stuff and I aim it right at her and I say, "Yeah, I'm pretty fucking sure."
It's just like,
gonna say Elora's
touchy, not a jokey crowd. All right. And she
touch my pig, I kill you.
It's my pig.
She puts her dagger.
She's just caught up in the moment, Elora. Don't worry.
she puts a dagger in her sheath, and Beatrix is like, "Oh my god." this whole time.
Oh my god.
It's like Beatrix is like, "Listen, you don't need me on this mission. I can just hang out with the pig if you want in this alleyway. And if something gets hairy, the exit's right there. I can just leave."
You'll take Salem with you, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I trust you. A little.
Wonderful.
I just know.
So, is everybody else okay with this? And Brie's like, "I don't know you, so maybe." Everybody else is like, "Yeah, sure." Athena's like, "Yep." Otherwise, I believe you guys are going to start making way towards the center of town. It's a bit more of a walk like usual. It doesn't take less time. It takes less time because of all the crowds not really being much is there. I would say it takes you guys maybe 40 minutes to get there this time instead of an hour and 30. You guys cut your time decently because you don't have these like 6 foot like tall like pieces of like absolute muscle just walking around the streets, just blocking your way essentially. And so you guys are able to make your way towards what seems to be an ordinary street until you see like a little bit down the way on the right side, there seems to be a structure with some guards posted outside that aren't the same for any other ones. And Brie's like, there it is, right over there.
Easy clap.
Okay.
Lead on.
So before I ask, does anybody have any like peanut allergies or anything, any like concerns I should know about before we start going on this mission?
I'm allergic to stupidity.
Okay, I respect that. Anybody else have any like you know you're secretly like your legs are fake or something like this, and you like anything I should know about before we start going?
I'm not real.
Okay, all right. So she basically just, Brie just kind of like leads the way, and Athena's like, by the way, throughout like all these jokes, you can see that Athena is like side chuckling at some of them, but she's kind of like put up with the shtick for so long, that it's kind of like, okay. And you guys kind of walk down the alleyway, and this is more of a cramped alleyway. This is not really supposed to be accessible to the public. This is more for the slimmer among you. And so the people that are kind of the skinniest and smallest will be able to make their way easiest through here. So Lyris and Athena are in the exact same boat in the way that they both are struggling a little bit to make your way through. I will say, could I have everybody make just a dexterity check just to see how well you guys managed to make your way through this alleyway?
I actually got okay. I got a 14.
Oh, let's just save. Sorry, give me a sec.
Oh.
I can't read.
It's for the left side, so you know you got the big numbers on the left.
Oh,
You
there.
hit that one. Oh,
Hey.
damn. Oh, so badass.
So 14,
Okay,
17,
so-
and 3. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense.
You got big armor on.
That's what I was saying. It makes sense because I'm wearing armor and stuff.
All right, let me see how Athena does. Okay, so she gets a 12. A Brie, it gets an 8. So
Well,
Brie
we are very limber, aren't we?
We're just superior, yeah.
All right, so Delilah, Elora, and Athena seem to have almost no issue traversing through this alleyway in particular. However, Lyris, Brie, and who else? I think it's everybody else. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Beatrix stayed behind.
yeah, Beatrix stayed behind. So that's everybody. So those two are kind of just like back there. You hear the occasional like "fuck," just kind of like almost tripping. At some point, Lyris just kind of gets like a scrape on his I don't know his arm or something. It's like, damn it, the piece of like fence cut him or something like that. Very it's very difficult, but nothing like like you get tetanus or something like that. But,
Nothing I know jab for.
yeah.
Was it
So
Tetris?
no, I did not say Tetris. Luckily, you guys managed to wake away in what seems to be a almost 2-story structure. It's just okay. So it's on the ground floor. So although we are entering through the roof, we will need to make our way down through it, down below to the second floor to get into like the vault. Now, what's interesting here is we're going to start making our way up here. So if I could have, let's see, and she kind of like goes into her pouch and kind of pulls these like, better be careful with these. Don't waste them. I used it. I killed a wizard for these. And she pulls out and she pulls out like basically 6 vials about this big, about almost like 2 inches and pink. It is almost no fluid in it. It's like what you can see is it's a basically clear blue fluid. And she says, "Now I'm gonna need everybody to drink this." And she kind of hands one.
I've already drunk one questionable fluid that you've given me. I'm not sure about the second.
It's a potion, okay? It's a potion. Drink it. Come on, you already agreed to this.
All right. Can I sniff it and see if I can tell what it is?
You're like a magic
Please,
check.
can I see if I can ascertain what it is?
I'm a sorcerer. Surely I should be able to.
So you open it. You hear it. It's like with a little cork. It's a small little and you kind of like. So if you said you wanted to sniff it.
Yeah, or just do something that makes me think like, oh, this could be a potion.
It smells like almost nothing. It smells like tap water.
Oh, I hate the smell of tap water.
But you get like the subtle sense that it might be because you two are familiar with the arcane a little bit. So you guys.
I've got +5 in my arcana.
Okay, so I'm trying to think because it's hard to identify potions when you don't have like a label or anything. But like I don't know. Okay, I would say for who would have the most like alchemy knowledge? Do you think? I'm trying to think here.
So I'll just say like as Delilah, she won't have made potions, but she will have read about them. Like she was a massive bookworm, so she will have read about pretty much everything that she could get her hands on, but she doesn't have the physical experience with alchemy and potions and pretty much everything in life.
Okay, so I would say at this point, for what you're holding in your hand, Elora, you do not get this sense because you're more of like magic is a tool. This is kind of like if you wanted to understand this, you'd be like magic is like a resource of learning. So you're not really as like on top of it because you don't really spend your time making potions and all that.
Yeah.
Although Delilah, I would say you spent like all your time basically like a lot of your time trying to research basically what your connection is to your magical power. So you'd have a decent amount of like you would have delved a little bit into potions, but I can't say you'd be too familiar. But I would say for what you can tell, this seems to be some sort of it's in the camp of abjuration, which if you guys don't know is the magic that helps you protect yourself in some form.
Okay.
So this potion would be able to protect you in some unknown way.
Okay.
You get the sense. I mean, this is just a vague guess based on what you have.
Yeah.
So, do you guys choose to drink it? I mean, you guys see Brie and Athena already just like down it basically instantly.
Yeah, having seen them do that and with my now kind of like prior knowledge telling me this is potentially an abjuration potion, I decide, you know what, fuck it. They haven't tried to kill me yet, and why would they try to kill me here? I might as well drink it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay, at this point, you feel kind of like more sensation in your kind of feet and hands. You kind of, it seems like something kind of like you see, like feel a source of like energy, just not like electricity or something like that. You just feel like a sort of like a burst of like energy kind of come into your hands. You still feel like normal. You're not going to like shoot lightning out of your hands or something like that, but you're just going to have like an extra like feeling of sensation that you didn't have before. And, and she says, all right, so I would recommend anything you have as far as like carrying swords, anything like that. Make sure they're either secured on your back or you're holding them, or you need to have both hands and both feet accessible. So if you need, like, you can leave your staff or something in this alleyway if you want, or you can strap it to your back, something like that.
I don't know if I have anything to actually like. I mean, I'm getting like literal here. I don't think I have anything that I can strap it to my back with. I don't necessarily need to have my quarterstaff, but it is technically my arcane focus. But I have cast spells with my hands before, so.
Athena kind of looks at you and says, "If you want, I can carry it for you."
You got an extra hand that I don't know about?
She basically turns her back and she sees that there's like some kind of like sheath in the back of her, on her back that indicates some sort of sword, but it's empty at the moment.
Okay.
She's like, I could fit your quarterstaff in here.
Her quarterstaff is very, very, very special to her. She hasn't let anybody touch it yet. It's only been Delilah. So Delilah looks at it and who was it who said it, Athena or Brie?
Athena, not the funny one, the one that's been sort of quieter. Yeah.
Athena's the human, isn't she?
It's comedy is subjective. All right, yeah, she's the human one, and she's the one that's wearing armor. She's more armored than Brie. And and they both have like the same color scheme, like of like shiny, like silver and blue.
Okay. All right. So Delilah looks at Athena and she says, "Do not break this. If you do, I will break every bone in your body. Thank you." And then she hands it over to her to put it like on her bag.
Okay, and you see as she kind of like she takes it and she's like, has a good weight to it. And she kind of just goes and she doesn't break it, but she just starts like going and like spinning it kind of a little bit. She's like, you can like you make it like the.
Okay,
like,
so seeing that, Delilah starts to get angry, and her lips start to go black. The veins on her body start to go black as well. She is trying not to kill this woman where she stands.
and Brie's like, okay, stop messing around with the sorcerers, all right, and the magic users, whatever. Just put it on your back. And she's like, I was just testing it out. And she's like, but she didn't even hit anything. She was just
that stuff means to me.
And she kind of just bakes it and just puts it like on her back. The staff goes through the sheath easy enough. It's just okay. So we only have a little bit of time here. Brie says, and she's like, so may I have one lovely volunteer up to the stage, please? And she kind of basically gestures towards the wall. Can one of you guys step up here?
I'll step up. Considering I'm like filled with rage, I have like I have to prove myself now.
All right. Dean says, if you don't mind putting your hand on the wall, please.
I do so.
Your hand, when you touch it to the wall, has a sort of adhesive to it. It seems, but when you lift, you're able to lift it off. But when you see it, you sense some sort of resistance to it, as if gravity has been a bit suspended in your favor. So
am I gonna go into Spider-Man?
And so, do you want to try it?
I kind of do.
All right, so you put your feet and your hands on the wall, and they all stick. He says,
"Fucking Spider-Man!"
And Brie's like, "Ta-da!" Is like, yeah.
Oh my god!
And she's like, "All right, so if my lovely volunteer does not mind," he's like, "I'll go ahead and go in front of you." And Brie basically just takes like a big hop, almost goes like a foot off the ground, and sticks to the wall and starts basically going like, and starts like basically starts going up. He's like, and she basically kind of like whispers at this point because she's already kind of higher up. She's like, "All right, everybody, come on up now. It's like you all have the same thing. Come on, join us."
I get on the wall as well.
It is awesome. Okay, so you guys go and you guys basically crawl up the wall like Spider-Man, and you guys all manage to make your way onto the roof. And you guys basically and Brie kind of like whispers like, "How is that for fun, huh?" No, all right, no response.
I love it. I love it. Not gonna lie.
All right, and she and Athena's like, "All right, here you go," and she takes the staff, gives it back to you.
I gladly take it from her. I sort of snatch it in a way that she'll feel guilty about that a little bit later, but in this moment she's just glad to have it back in her hands.
Okay. And you can see at this point, I will note that at this point I've only seen one weapon on Athena for a person that's very well armored. And at this point, you can see Brie goes, "Okay, Athena, I think it's your turn to help us out." And you can see on the roof, basically, Athena whispers the word. You guys hear the word. Actually, can I have? No, I don't need to check for that. You guys are relatively close together. You hear Athena say, "Vindicte." And as this, Vindicte.
I said dick. Guys,
I
did you hear that? You said dick. Dick day.
Well, no.
It's Vin Dick Day, everybody. It's Vin Diesel's Dick Day.
My favorite day.
Best day of the year. National holiday, actually.
Oh,
sorry.
And as she mutters the words Vin Diesel's Dick Day, you guys see that what seems to be. You guys look at her wrist basically, and she kind of holds her wrist up in the air. You guys see what seems to be like a sort of leaf band wrapped around her hand, her wrist, and you guys see as the leaf band basically goes and starts wrapping around her hand and goes, and these leaves basically come to life and start forming into a full-length sword.
Ooh, it's kind of trippy.
Kind of
and
cool.
you see basically that she goes and she says, Gladius, and then basically go, and you see that the sword becomes sort of like infused with some sort of like flame on these leaves, and you can see that he basically burns a hole through the ceiling and basically kicks the hole down, and you see like the shingles all fall down into inside the building, and you can see the hole like basically falls through.
What? You what?
And then you can see that the flame starts to fade away, and you can see the leaves basically start to like unravel each other and then go back to on her wrist. And she kind of pulls up her wrist. She kind of pulls up like her gauntlet that was basically covering that before.
It's pretty badass, actually.
Yeah.
I wink at her.
I lick my lips at her and wiggle my eyebrows. I put my hand up to my ears and I say, "Call me."
Just quickly, Dry Bones.
Yeah, so the cam went up, did it?
Yeah, the camera
1
went
second.
background.
I'll be right back.
Now I'm the dungeon master of a sudden recording.
I'll be right back.
The viewers are getting a slight look at what I mean. To be fair, if anyone watches me stream, they know what I look like. But you know,
No, I'm the dungeon master.
like it with Fred. Oh, Fred got literally about half a second of screen time.
Poor Fred.
I love Fred.
Okay.
We
One
put him
second.
in the washing machine.
I know you did.
All right.
I showed that gift to my mum and she fucking cried.
Carry on.
Sorry.
All right. So, wait, you guys can continue, no pausing or anything?
Oh, no pausing. No, that's funny.
All right. We're
That's
Yeah,
keeping
we're
that
just
in.
chatting about Fred, you know.
All right, we're keeping that in. All right, cool. So anyway, so you guys basically go and you see that the shingles and this basically ceiling piece falls through the hole, and you guys can see below. It's sort of a vaguely lit room below, and you can see that it's a very like dimly lit in there, and you can see Brie says, "Ta-da!" And that's our plan for getting in. We are going to be making our way through the lower tunnels, and she's whispering all this, by the way. She's not like, "We're in." She's not like yelling it or anything like that.
Hacker voice. I'm in.
Yeah. Basically. So you guys go, and she says, "All right. So, I mean, do any of you guys want to be the honors of going first, or would you like me to go?"
Every time, Delilah's just like, "I'll go."
Every single time?
I'm gonna put,
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm-
I'm like, "I'll do it."
I'm gonna put my hand on Delilah and be like, "No, it's their plan. We're helping them here. The last thing I want is for you to jump in and there be danger. They can go first."
Okay, Delilah's a little bit like muttering under her breath, like, "What is it to make sense all the time?" But she kind of like steps back, and yeah.
All right. So she's then Bree is going to be the one first to drop down, and she's going to roll a stealth check as well. 19.
Not as good as my natural 21 earlier. Oh.
Yeah, that's true. You basically see Bree kind of like drops down the hole, and you can see that with all the shingles, she basically lands like a very like on the ground, like barely even a sound. She says, "Okay, do any of you guys have rope, by the way?"
Yep, I do.
Oh, thank God.
I do as well.
Lower it down the hole so the beefier armored people can get down.
It's only
Beefy.
well, I've got. You might need to tell me, DM. I've got one rope. How long is that? I want to say it's 50 foot.
It should tell you how many feet it is.
It does in the original rulebook, but I haven't got that up right now.
So like a climbing rope size.
Okay, here. So we're going to pause this for a minute. Then not like this, but here we're going to
I
go
would
ahead and-
imagine it's going to be like
I'm having a look. Wait,
like maybe 2/3 for climbing rope size.
It should tell,
probably.
like, I swear, Charlie, it should tell you what your length is.
It does when you are in the book. I'm actually like street.
It is-
It doesn't on
says in-
roll 20. When it just says rope, it doesn't say like
It says
how
like
long it is.
50
Nope,
feet
hold on.
is standard.
One sec. Got it. I've got it right here. Has 2 hit points. Yeah.
Okay, so it's longer than your standard climbing rope then.
Yeah, okay. It doesn't say it there, but I know where it would say it. It would say it in the initial. Right, let me just go back to the chat so people see it. 1 second. Let me just bring it into a new thing. 1 second.
I vote DM just says what the average length is, and then just
Yeah,
go with that.
It said like one length as far as like D&D Beyond is like 50 feet.
We'll get
Yeah.
there.
So that's more than enough. Just you basically go throw it like about 3 feet down, and you can. So who's gonna be holding it and who's gonna be going down?
I'll hold it.
Okay.
Oh wait,
So
I guess someone else should hold it for me.
It depends on who's going to drop down. Who's going to take the least amount of damage and drop down.
Athena and Lyris are the ones that need the rope the most, I think, because of their the amount of armor they're carrying.
I'm going to turn to Delilah and say, Delilah, do you think if you and Elora hold the rope, you can lower me and Athena down? You should then be able to handle with Elora by yourself, and then do you want to see if you can jump down?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that we had to drag several bodies a while ago back in Especia, and it took me about 2 hours to drag that body. But hey, yeah, I could do this. Let's go.
So Athena and Lyris both grab the rope, and basically just start saying, "Ready whenever you are." So, may I have you roll a strength check?
Oh fuck!
But this is Delilah and Elora. Right?
I have 0 strength. I hit a 10.
Okay, you struggle, and you do at some point manage to it kind of slips out of your grasp a little bit, but you very barely manage to land it, put them both on the ground. It does make a bit more noise than than Brie made when she dropped down. But you guys basically, the heavy armored people made it down.
I'm gonna pick up weightlifting soon.
May I have Elora and Delilah now roll stealth checks for how well they're going to move throughout the building.
I got a 17.
Okay, so you drop down.
Damn.
Yeah, boy.
20. Okay, so yeah, you guys are.
Wait, so actually, sorry, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but because Millie has a +4 on stealth and I have a +1 on stealth, we both technically rolled 16, but because of our modifiers, she got 20. That's pretty cool, actually. We both got 16.
Yeah, well, she's a warlock, or not warlock.
I'm the warlock.
Yeah, no, the sorcerers use charisma.
Oh, yeah, so do I.
Sorcerers use. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, we both use charisma, I think.
I think my charisma's +6.
Mine is, I don't know. +3, I think.
Anyway,
yeah,
I don't know. Oh, but, +5.
So making your way down, you guys, you guys all make your way, and so I'll have Athena's going to roll herself and Lyris, do you mind rolling for your own stealth check?
Yeah.
Ooh.
16.
Athena rolls a natural 20.
Oh.
Very stealthy.
Technically, Shark did as well on his advantage roll.
Yeah, 16. Okay, so listen, all of you guys are basically above 10. So that's pretty good for stealth. All right, so we'll go ahead and start moving throughout the building. So with that being said, you guys are going to begin making your way through this structure, and luckily you guys do have some guides with you, set with Athena and Brie, as they have already planned this out ahead of time. Brie, you guys look around this room. At this point in the room, you guys see the fact that this room is the room is some sort of as it sounds, some sort of prayer room. Honestly, there's some sort of kind of a weird kind of altar to the right of where you guys dropped from, and there's lit torches around all over the place, and there's kind of some sort of some stools sitting around all over the place, as if this is some sort of either ritual or prayer room for these soldiers. And at this point, you guys are going to begin making way. Brie basically says and goes, "Okay, well, this is their prayer room, I think, to the White Mother. I think someone may know more about this that's not me." All right, awesome. And she basically says, "All right, come on, follow me." So what's the marching order at this point?
It'd probably be similar to how we came down, I guess. So presumably we're leaving Brie and Athena at the front. I'll probably be right behind them as I was the next come down, presumably followed by Delilah and Elora. or Elora and Lyra?
Yeah, so I would be at the back because I was holding the rope for Laura to go down, and then I don't really know how I got down. Did I drop down or?
Yeah, you just drop down.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean you're of the lighter side of humans, so you can basically just drop down and not make too much noise.
Okay, yeah, I'd probably be at the back. I'd be keeping my eyes on. I suppose I would want to be sticking close to Elora because I know that she was close to me, obviously, when I dropped down. But I would want to be keeping an eye on Lyris as well to make sure that he's safe, and a wary eye on the other two.
Keeping an eye on my booty.
Always.
All right. So what I got here is I have Athena and Brie, shoulder to shoulder, basically. Then I'm gonna have Lyris, and then Elora and Delilah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So continuing your way through, you guys are going to see like what seems to break open into an open hallway. And Brie at this point says, "Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and try and scout ahead, and just see what we got dealing with over here. I'm trying to think how I can communicate to you.
Winking. Sorry.
Licking your lips at me.
It's like, okay, I'll just go and come back the old fashioned way. All right.
Cool.
All right, and she basically goes, and after a few minutes, she basically comes back and says, "Okay, so there's 2 guards patrolling around the hallways every few minutes. They make a round. So if we can make our way stealthily through this, we should have no issue going downstairs."
I'd rather us stick to stealth. We don't want to risk any alarms being raised.
Okay, so I'm not gonna make you guys re-roll your stealth checks because you guys already rolled them. So you guys basically go and you see like the basically wood-lined hallway. It's kind of like, you know how usually like wood is like meticulously like just cut and like into like, these planks, and it's very like neat. Not in Brolkog and Elora, you know this firsthand. It's very much like whatever kind of fits. There's a lot of like cracks and gaps in the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And just basically whatever wood they can find, they basically just put on the floor. It's very like it kind of like in shambles. They put together. Architecture is not a focus. And so you guys, like that being said, you guys have to like watch out for like creaky boards and stuff like that. But you guys relatively make your way through without like putting like if your foot falling through the ceiling or something like that. You guys managed to make your way through at least enough to get to a point where like you're about to go down the stairs. Okay. So as you guys are going down the stairs, Brie basically says, "Okay, so whenever you go down the stairs, the vault room or whatever you want to call it is going to be to our right side. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and see like the vault is one of the hardest places to get into. With they use pretty solid metal to get through it, so we can't just do what we did before. The blade isn't strong enough to cut through solid metal. So what we're gonna have to do is what I'm thinking is there's gonna be guards coming around, so we can't exactly open the vault. Do you guys have any suggestions before, unless we want to just try and actually just open the thing?
Did you not think of this before we came in? I thought you said you had a plan.
I did, but I didn't expect some guards to be patrolling as well.
Sorry, ignore the thing that I just sent. I tried to like open up my spells so that I could take a look at them, but none of them seemed to. It just put it straight into the chat. I'm sorry.
They're seeming to be moving weapons currently from the vault outside of it. So they're busy right now. They're making like trips out like outside, back, and inside it to the vault and back. So if we can, I'm trying to figure. How should we be able to get through this? Okay, so what I think we could do is I think we could go in and we can try and I have these, and she pulls up like basically a couple of like what seem like just mini like orbs, and she's like, "These are smoke pellets. They'll give us a bit of time if we get caught by some of them."
Well, if they're moving stuff from the vault, does that mean they're going to be opening it themselves? I mean, is there any way that we could potentially, hide, and when they open it, then either sneak in or take out the guards, or I don't want to hurt them, I don't want to kill them, but interrupt them whilst they're opening it and make our way in that way?
We could go and probably take them out because it seems like there's 2 guards manning the actual door. So we could probably go in, take them both out at once, kind of like a dual takedown kind of thing.
I could do a distraction.
I mean,
I've got 2 ways to do a distraction.
what's the chances that those guards will have a key or something on them?
The vault door is
Pretty
basically
high
open.
if they need to get in there.
Yeah, they'll have the key on them, but the vault door is basically open at this point.
Okay, so we just need to somehow distract or remove them from the situation we're in, right?
Yes, I didn't expect this at this point for them to be moving.
Okay.
Out.
I can make a distraction.
What are you thinking, Delilah?
I know a spell that could buy us a little bit of time.
Go on.
Oh, fuck. Essentially, I create 3 duplicates of myself, and they could create havoc, run, distract them, get them away from the vault door. If at least one of them leaves, then perhaps I can, or one of us can knock out the other and we can enter.
Only issue with that is what if that guard then trips an alarm or calls for others? It's all well and good getting away from the door, but if will they not then call for others?
Well, I do also have an invisibility spell that could potentially get me in, but again, it depends on what kind of alarm or traps there could be. We'd have to, I don't know, check to see.
Their traps are very limited in the vault. It's very mainly just barracks. If we're able to if the door is open and we're able to take out the guards, we basically have access to the weapons. So, okay. So what I think you should do is make a distraction, make yourself go, appear on both sides of the hallway, because basically what you guys are going to walk down the stairs. There's going to be like a room to your right, but it's not going to have the door open. It's just a wall of one of the rooms. You guys are going to come to basically a cross section of a hallway, and then if you make yourself appear at the cross section and then across down the way in the hallway, you can make them both see each other, and then we can go in and we can go take them both out probably.
Okay.
What she said.
Okay, so all right. So do you think you could do that, wizard?
Sorry, what did you just say?
Wizard.
Okay, for some reason I heard you say lizard, and I was like, what the fuck?
No, wizard.
I was like, who are you talking to?
Okay, so go ahead. Up to you guys.
All right, I cast Mirror Image, which I will read out for the purpose of the podcast. 3 illusory duplicates of yourself appear in your space. Until the spell ends, the duplicates move with you and mimic your actions, shifting position so it's impossible to track which image is real. You can use your action to dismiss the duplicates. Each time a creature targets you with an attack during the spell's duration, roll a d20 to determine whether the attack instead targets one of your duplicates. If you have 3, you must roll a 6 or higher to change the target to a duplicate. With 2, you must roll an 8 or higher. With 1, you must roll an 11 or higher. And that's, kind of... a duplicate can be destroyed only by an attack that hits it. It ignores all other damage and effects. The spell ends when all 3 duplicates are destroyed. A creature is unaffected by the spell if it can't see, if it relies on senses other than sight, such as blind sight, or if it can perceive illusions as false, as with true sight. And the spell save is DC 13.
Okay. So you go, and how do you want to cast this spell? Because it is... so I believe you have to say some whisper, some arcane words. How do you want to summon this spell as well? What do you do to cast a spell?
So the spell itself, as I'm looking through the depiction of the spell, it doesn't give me any words to say. It does say that it goes on for a minute. It goes on for an entire minute. It also doesn't say that it's a verbal spell, I think. Or actually, it does say it's a verbal spell.
Yeah, component's verbal. So.
Oh, shit.
You can just say your own words.
I don't
whatever
know.
you.
I'll just say whatever's Latin for invisible.
Okay. All right.
I don't know what that is, but
right,
I say invisible in Latin.
Okay.
And I kind of wave my hand over in front of my face.
Okay, and then as you begin to cast, you begin to see two illusionatory images appear on both sides of the hallway as planned from earlier. And each of these guards are going to roll a spell save DC of 13. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, so let me just see what duplicate's AC plus your X modifier.
That's if they target you though. That's only if they attack.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
it can only be destroyed by an attack.
Okay, so I guess they automatically believe you. They don't have to roll to I guess against it.
Not to yeah, not to, but the way I read it.
To believe it's you.
So,
Basically.
Yeah, I think so. The spell doesn't say anything else about it.
Okay, so you basically have both of the guards. They're like, what the hell? Do you hear that? And the other one's like, here. I see you. You see it? And he's like, and they're the exact same person.
Can I say that they giggle, like in a really creepy kind of twin way? You know, like those creepy little girls that you see with like.
Like they copy whatever you do, Rhea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay. So yeah. Well, then from my hidden place, I giggle and I go, and then I kind of, I don't know. I guess I make them run off. In a way.
You hear Brie kind of say, "Make them come towards your illusion so that they can come in, so that we can come and jump them at the same time." Do you think you can do that?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Do you make them come to your illusion so we can take them out at the same time?
I'll try my best. Shall I go for creepy or seductive? I can do both.
Preference.
Seductive.
Elora, what do you want seductive?
Yeah, I want seductive.
Yeah. Always. All right, so I make my duplicate. This is rated 18, by the way.
Okay, gotcha.
I make my duplicates kind of glide their hand over their neck, you know, down their throat, down to their cleavage, lift their skirts a little bit, and you know, wink and a light lick of the lips.
Okay, so can you make a persuasion check? You can make one persuasion check.
Killed Millie. All right, persuasion. Oh, mate, I hit a 21.
You see, they look pretty confused, but they both kind of like head towards one of your duplicates on the left side. So they both start walking towards the one on the left side. And Bree's, okay, this is our chance. Come on, we gotta go take him out. Do you want to help me? Anybody here, or do you want me and Athena can take it?
I'm going on the assumption that I sort of have to, it doesn't say that I have to concentrate, but the fact that they mimic what I do, I'm going to go on the assumption that Delilah has to stay where she is and sort of, you know, make the actions so that they can, you know, fool them properly. So Delilah will not be going in.
Okay, here, me and Athena will just go in. Here, we're going to roll we're going to do like a melee attack against him to knock him out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here, so we're going to roll to hit them. Natural 1 and an 18. So, for one of them, you can see Athena runs over and basically knocks out one of the guards. The other one, Brie goes and she goes to land a punch on his face. It goes too wide and misses. and basically you can see, oh shit. And the guard's like, what the? So what do you guys want to do?
What did he say, sorry?
He said, what the? Like he saw her because she tried to swing at him and missed.
I'm sorry, Charlie, were you going to say something?
No, go on.
Okay. I am going to try and distract him with. So, being that my duplicates mimic what I do, I'm going to be operating on the thought. This doesn't necessarily have to happen. On the thought that he will be distracted by the image that he sees before him. And my intention is that my duplicates seem to be casting a spell on him, but then I cast a spell on him from an unknown location, you know?
Okay, yes.
Given that like he'd be looking at that duplicate rather than where I am.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to be casting Eldritch Blast. No.
just like he just shoots through another wall.
I am sorry. I'm actually. I realized like I want to be casting a spell, but I don't know which spell I'm going to cast. Okay, I'm going to be casting Ray of Frost, which I think.
Okay,
is the
so you
first time
drop the
I've
illusion and you're going to cast Ray of Frost.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the hit.
Okay. It doesn't specify what I need to roll to hit. So what is it, a 1d20 to see whether I hit it and then whatever the damage is? Because again, sorry, this is the first time I've actually...
Okay, so I would say for this one, roll d20, add your spellcasting bonus.
Oh, I got a natural one.
Oh!
My spell attack bonus is 5.
So it's 6, but you roll the natural one, you miss. I'm sorry.
Yeah, fuck.
All right, so you see the illusion drops, and then you shoot like a ray of frost. The ray of frost goes and hits the wall next to you.
Shit.
So everything's starting to go a bit wrong.
Shit.
Elora, did you want to do anything?
Elora, save us.
Yeah, I'll seeing that things are going a little bit south quickly, I'm going to run down the stairs that I'm presumably I'm still at the top of the stairs where Delilah was. I'm going to run down the stairs, and I'd kind of talk through the incentive of what Lyris is thinking. I don't really wish to do that much harm to these soldiers. At the end of the day, they are actually the defending soldiers here. They're not the Steelfist Legion. They're from the Ashen Lands. I don't really want to hurt them, but at the same time, obviously, I'm aware that the last thing I want them to do is break the alarm. So my intention here is not to kill them, but to essentially knock them out. I'm going to essentially just run down the stairs, and with my shield, the one that was it Athena or was it Brie that got the natural hit? As in the natural one.
Brie's the one that missed.
Okay, so whichever one Brie missed, whichever one clearly hasn't taken a hit, I'm literally just going to charge and shield bash him with my shield against the wall with the intention of hopefully just knocking him the frick out.
All right, so try and roll the hit then.
And
then add your strength bonus.
I was gonna say because obviously I don't have my shield as like an actual thing. So you want me to roll a d20? Yeah.
Add a d20. Add your strength bonus.
Wow, what's the chances of another natural one?
And he got another natural one.
No, you got a percentage save. You did a percentage save, not a d20.
Roll d20. I thought that it says d20 though.
It says d20 ! P. That's a percentage save.
Yeah, that was.
All right, so go ahead and roll d20.
Oh my god.
Still 3 with my strength at 6.
Okay, so that's a 9.
So you go
6.
3 plus 6, you said.
No, as in 3 plus 3, so 6.
Oh.
You go and you charge him with your shield. He basically sidestep out of the way, and you run into the wall by yourself.
Oh, dang.
Do you guys need Elora?
Yeah, I think at this point, Elora. Yeah, I mean, I think you're the last one to go. Okay, at this point, I think Athena would just be able to. A 2. She missed. All right, Elora, what do you want to do?
There's one person.
There's one person, and he's being swung at by 50 people. So Lyris just ran into a wall.
I wonder if I'm going to cast Firebolt.
I mean, you want to just kill it.
Cast Firebolt.
You want to kill his ass.
Eldritch Blast.
I could do that. I could do a dagger. Depending what we feel in dagger.
Quickly,
you not got any more spells?
Quick.
I've got. Doesn't something to be quick? That makes me nervous.
Quick.
I'm gonna Firebolt. Fuck it.
All right. Natural 20.
That makes up for a double negative.
Natural 20. 26. Okay. So.
Literally showing us how it's done.
All right. So roll your damage dice. It tells you to roll.
What?
Okay.
13.
Okay. So wait. So like. What were your what dice did you have to roll to get that number? Did you like roll like what does it say like what damage dice to use?
It just usually I just click on the fireball thing and it does that for me.
Okay, so I would say it seems like you rolled a 3, so times that by 2, that's 6. So you rolled 16, I think. Or no, I think would it be?
It just says 3 plus 10, so I think it's just
It's worked out for me.
Because what we do is we're going to double the dice, but then keep the modifier.
Okay.
So that's because you rolled the natural 20. So,
I mean, don't I just straight up kill this guy?
You're getting close to it.
Get me close.
Actually, 16. Oh, you kill him. So yeah, you basically just all you really do is you basically just walk down the stairs and then you go and you just vaporize him basically, and you basically fire a firebolt at him and you hit him in the middle of the chest and he just falls down basically.
I'm just so cool.
What happened to his mate that Athena got? Did he get knocked out? Did he get killed?
Oh, he got knocked out. He got knocked out. You killed one and you knocked out one.
Okay.
He's like, all right. But Brie's like, okay, all right, cool. Okay. Once again, didn't mean for this to happen. They were moving shit to different vaults and stuff. It's whatever. The different, like, they're moving it outside to the war. Anyway, move these bodies, bring them over towards the stairs. All we need to do is we need to get over there and get out. Come on.
Elora's like kind of scowling at her because she's like kind of annoyed that she could have gotten like Brie could have gotten her friends killed and she had to step in and do something. She's not in a good mood. She's angry.
I remember seeing this like one meme that was like 2020 is gonna have to stop being bad or I'm gonna have to get involved. And he's like, what do you mean get involved? He's like, I will get involved. And that's what I imagine Elora, don't make me get involved.
Yeah. She's like, come on, let's get this over and done with.
Right, so
let's drag these bodies.
Yeah, Lyris drags the dead body. I'm actually going to drag him into the vault and tuck him behind the vault door, like, out of sight. There's no way that we can drag the bodies out of the actual place itself. Like, what we're going to do, throw it up the lift place we came through. Lyris's first instinct is to take the body that we've killed and kind of drag him into and behind the vault, a little bit hidden away for now.
Okay. So yeah, you managed to just kind of tuck him inside the vault. We'll surprise for later, I guess. So this vault, I would let you guys know, it's a steel door basically, and it's reinforced with a key. So and you guys managed to find the key on the guards. So you're able to lock the vault from the inside. Like you're able to lock the vault, and you can get like in and out basically as you please.
All right. Well, like we're gonna move both bodies inside, and then I'm gonna turn to Brie and Athena. Okay, what is it you want from in here, and what's your escape plan? This is already turning more south than it needs to be. We need to get out of here ASAP.
Easy enough. He's like, just go ahead, enter the vault. Come on, and then close the door.
I presume we've done that. Yeah, we're gonna enter the vault, drag the two bodies in, close it behind us, lock it for the time being.
Okay, so looking around in this vault, you see that it is a shambled together put a type of. Let's see, it's a sort of like metal type vault, and you can see looking around that a lot of these, like they have a lot of cabinets and there's sort of like chests and everything. There's multiple of these. I would say there's about 3 chests and 3 cabinets in themselves. Opening the cabinets, you find all sorts of short swords, axes, and everything. But what the real interesting thing is when you open the chests, you see a bunch of potions. And you can see a bunch of potions of different colors, different shaped bottles, and of all kinds. I would say there's about 8 in total. It's not like
it's my IRL jam.
It's not like 20 like per crate. It's more like just 8 total. Opening all the chests and looking for all the potions. So I would for these potions. There are 2. That have what seemed to be so there's some like what of sort of sea like pebbles in there, and they have like kind of like a murky grayish water. There's 2 of them that have that. There is one that seems to be almost like, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like wispy, like some kind of like wispy liquid in a bottle. It's like clear or whatever, and it seems to have some sort of like wispy liquid in there. There's another one. There's one that is dark red. There is one that is one has what looks like some sort of like fang in it, and it is surrounded by an orange liquid. And there's another 2 that has a, let's see. I would say it has a couple fingernails in it, actually.
Bruh.
Like literally just fingernails in it.
That's gross.
And is in sort of this like green substance. And these are all potions or vials to be identified at a later date. Brie basically looks at you guys and says, "Go ahead and nab those."
All of them?
All of them. Here, go. He was like, "Here, we're not here for this." And she goes over to like what seems to be like something in the corner, and she basically goes and she kind of she goes over and she goes to this like thing, and well, she's like, "Time to see if this orc was telling the truth when he was telling us the archives of this base." And she's like going up to like putting her ear on the wall, and she goes, she does like a, like, you know, she makes like a, like hitting the wall a little bit, tapping, and she kind of hears like a, like you kind of see like she says, "Ah, here it is," and then she basically takes a knife and she jabs it inside the wall and pulls the dagger back, revealing a small compartment about like this big. It's about like literally almost a foot by foot. It's a very small compartment, and it's not very like deep. Itself is not very deep either, so it can't really hold that much. And you see her kind of pull out this, what seems to be like this like kind of like glowing blue sort of gem, and you can see her basically say, "All right." And but you guys, you can't really see it that well. But you guys just kind of notice her like put it in her bag quickly. "All right, that's the potions are maybe what we came for. It's time to go."
All right, well, grab what you can, guys, and let's get out of here. As far as I'm concerned, the quicker we can get out, the better.
Okay. As Delilah kind of grabs the as she grabs the potion, she's kind of looking at them in interest, because obviously like she was like looking at the abjuration potion before, and she's like, "What is this?"
Yes.
So as she's looking at these potions, like she's I don't have to roll anything for this, but like she's expressing an interest in them, thinking like, "Oh, what could this be? You know, what could it do? What kind of ingredients could it have?"
Yeah, so you definitely are very entranced by the bottles of all kinds of variety, and with all kinds of stuff floating inside them as well. These potions seem to be brewed more like for what you can tell for the war as well. And at this point, you guys are going to open the vault door and start making your way out, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So making your way out of the vault. Can I have everybody roll a stealth check on your way out?
Making my way
Here we go.
down.
9.
Stealth 6. If it helps him,
Wow, we are a lot less stealthy when we have a mass of glass bottles in our inventory.
kind of makes sense.
Athena rolls a 20, and Brie rolls a 12.
What the fuck?
Just saying now, I've rolled 5 in real life dice just for a bit of fun. Not a single one over 8.
All right, awesome. So you moving forward, you guys have encountered some issues upon like just like keeping your balance, avoiding the squeaky floorboards. There's a lot of issues coming upon over that specific moment. And on your way out, basically to like the roof that you guys basically entered from, you guys are going back where you came from. You guys start making your way up the stairs, and you guys can see that Lyris, when he is starting to walk through the hallway where you guys first came out of the initial room, you guys can see that Lyris is noticed by a couple to those two guards that are passing around.
Right.
All right, and there's like, hey, what are you doing here? And with like that, can everybody roll initiative?
Oh.
Bollocks.
Oh, come on. My rolls are shit today.
Mine
Oh,
too, mine too, don't worry.
I got a
I'm
four.
back.
I usually get about
19.
Sorry, I'll roll initiative. Where is initiative again? Frick! There it is. Oh.
Bunny's getting all the good rolls.
Natural 20 again?
Sounds about right. Elora is badass.
Dude.
This reminds me of like a little bit of like our from our previous campaign, sorry, where I was getting like natural 20s and 20s and 19s and 18s and stuff, and I was so fucking badass. But before that, I couldn't hit shit.
Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. But I bet you
Elora.
in the fight, I'm gonna get really bad rolls.
Probably.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll initiative for Athena and Brie. Athena and Brie, for those on the YouTube, this is going to be Athena and this is going to be Brie. So those two are probably the closest ones to the guards right now. Although Lears was the one that set it off, and he's in the middle of everybody, along with Delilah and then Elora at the back of the group. Making their way back, and the two expo markers are going to be the door into the room, and this is going to be the hallway they're walking down. Makes
I'm
sense?
so sorry. Can you point out Brie and Athena for me again?
This is going to be Athena. This is going to be Brie.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I had the camera a little bit small done, so I couldn't really see. Thank you.
Yep. All right, and they're going to roll double 11s for both of them. So I believe Brie has a 1+1 to her initiative, so she's going to go ahead of Athena. So, that being said, who has 25 to 20? Okay.
Bunny
20 to 50.
Bunny
Bunny
does
does.
22.
22, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Did my mic cut out? Did I do not hear me saying?
didn't hear
Yeah,
you
you
say
didn't.
anything.
You couldn't hear me.
Sorry.
Okay, so Elora, you're going to go first, and then so 20 through 15.
I did. I got 19.
Okay. And then 15 through 10. Okay, so that's going to be Athena and then Brie. Or no, Brie and then Athena. My bad. And then I assume Lyris, you're going last.
Yeah, I got a 4.
Okay. So Elora, you lead the round. You're going to be this dice right here, the orange one, and you are the farthest away from the guards.
I don't want to use firebolt, but
Have you not got any other spells? You're like level 3 now, aren't
I
you?
do. I have chill touch. I have firebolt, thunderwave, burning hands. That might.
See, that sounds like 2 of them where you have to be close to them and touch them. I don't know about
Thunderwave.
Thunderwave, but
Thunderwave's an
yeah,
AoE.
but also Thunderwave, you have to think about whether it's going to hit us.
You could always. Okay.
You can move.
I won't dictate what she could do.
I mean, I'm looking at the distance. How far would you say that I am from them?
You are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50 feet away from them.
Yeah. Okay. So I can't use half of my spells.
You can move.
Like-
You can move up to 30 feet per turn. Well, depending on your speed.
I'm just sorry. I'm just gonna. For now, I'm gonna do firebolt because it's my longest range. But then I'm actually gonna have a look at the other spells as well because I don't want to just be like, oh, I'll use this, and I don't even know what it does, and I don't want to take up too much time by reading it.
Okay.
That's a good point. I should do that.
All right, so go ahead and you go ahead and cast Firebolt.
This is our first combat since we leveled up, so.
Yeah, go ahead. So go ahead and roll a hit.
Oh, 10.
10 sadly does not hit them.
Yeah, that's so good.
So you fire a firebolt at one of the guards, and then they manage to duck out of the way, and it hits the side, and they're going to charge at you all of you guys next turn. So with that being said, I believe it is unless you want to do anything else this turn, or you still have your bonus action and such.
I think I'm okay for now.
Okay, Delilah, you're up then. You are the second farthest away from them.
Okay, so I am, surprise, surprise, I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
I'll put it in there just so that like everybody on the YouTube can see it. I'm going to be aiming for the person on the left, so I'm actually going to move just slightly. I'm going to move diagonal up, so sort of like to my 10 o'clock. Yeah, like there. And I'm going to be aiming for the person, the enemy closest to me on the left.
Okay, cool. So go ahead.
So, yeah.
What'd you roll to hit?
I got 17 to hit.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
I got a 7.
All right, 7 points of damage. Okay, yeah. So you shoot off an Eldritch Blast of force damage, and it goes and it impacts the guard right in the chest, and you can see it kind of like it knocks him back a little bit, and you can see it started to burn into his sort of leather armor a little bit.
Oh yeah. I'll also just say that like at this point, like it's just the very start of the battle, so Delilah's features have not turned black just yet, but they're slowly starting to darken a little bit.
Okay, I believe up next is going to be Brie, and Brie is going to pull out the bow and arrow that's been on her back for the longest time, and she is going to go ahead and fire an arrow at the one on the left. So I'll try and finish him off. She rolls a 17, and she does manage to hit him, and so to hit him, she's going to roll this one. She does 16 points of damage. And so as you guys see, the arrow she fires goes and impacts him and hits him basically in like in his shoulder. And as you guys see that hit, he basically falls to his knees and he's gone.
F.
Yeah. So that's the first guard basically down. And next is going to be Athena. And Athena is going to, let's see, what can she do? 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay, so she can just make it there.
I thought that's me.
And when oh yeah, okay, sorry, my bad. She's going to be over here, and she's going to make that. And she is going to roll to hit with her greatsword. Okay, and she rolls a 17, which also hits, and that is going to be 6 damage. And so you could see that as she basically gears up and she goes and she hits him in the side of the arm, right as he was going to go and start to take a lunge at her. She takes a good decent amount of damage out of his left arm. And he cries out in pain as well as he sees he's quickly being overwhelmed. Okay, and that's Weirs. That leaves it to your turn.
Cool. Seeing that one of them's already dead, and that one of them is injured. What shall I do?
Ooh.
I'm going because they haven't actually attacked. They haven't had their turns yet, have they?
No, they haven't.
No. Okay. So yeah. So at this point in time, they've just literally just found us.
Yeah. They rolled a 3 for initiative.
Fair play. So what I'm going to do is, have I got enough distance to be able to literally get beside them, like between him and Athena?
How much movement do you have?
My speed is 30. Is that 30 feet per turn?
You can get here. You won't be able to hit them.
I can get like just behind Athena. You
can get just behind Athena, but you're not in melee range of. 5 feet. I believe it is not 10.
So what I'm going to do is, so yeah, I'm there. So he's within 10 feet of me now. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's 10 feet away from you.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is use. Okay, so I'm going to use my Channel's Affinity.
Okay.
So I'm going to invoke the primeval forces of to ensnare a foe. As an action, I'm going to use my spectral vines to spring up and reach for a creature within 10 feet that I can see, which will be obviously this enemy. The creature must succeed on a strength or dexterity savings throw its choice, or be restrained. Whilst restrained, the vines will They basically have to repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, and on success, it will
Okay.
free itself. In terms of what the I don't know what the saving throw is. It doesn't really it doesn't say what you'd need to reach.
It doesn't give you a DC.
Unless let me look from. No, it just says must need a strength or dexterity saving throw. It doesn't say anything. Let me check here.
Here, let me go grab something real quick.
It's my channel divinity. It's not a separate spell. It's a divinity.
All right. So you said the spell is Channel Divinity.
Channel divinity, Nature's Wrath.
Okay, so I'll find it real quick. One moment.
I mean, we can just say dead in the middle if you want and say 10.
Okay. So yeah. So we'll say. Well, I mean, yeah. I can't. It's hard to really find that right now, but we need to find that later. So I would say usually the average DC is around 13, so we can give you that.
That's fine.
He rolls an 18.
Damn.
And so he manages. So you begin to see Lyris. So Lyris, wait, how do you want to cast a spell when you do it?
No. I guess I just kind of. I have no idea. If I'm honest, my mind's blank right now.
Okay, so we'll say you manage to go ahead and kind of like channel the energy like through your sword essentially, and you begin to like say some holy words as well as do some movements with your sword, and you as you strike your sword to the ground, vines come up from up the ground and start to seize the orc soldier, but he's able to dodge out of the way and resist your the vines that come and grab him. That work?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, so back to the top of the round. Elora, is your turn again.
Okay.
Or sorry, no, sorry, it's the guard's turn. My bad. That is going to be he's going to jab at you with a short sword, and he's going to roll a 9 for Athena, which does not hit. And he can't really do anything else. So yes, Elora, it is your turn now.
Okay, I kind of want to try something different.
Okay.
I have a spell called Burning Hands.
Yes.
I don't really know what it does. I've been trying to figure it out. It says that it's like my target is myself.
So what you do is, I believe you go over and it creates like a cone type of thing, and what it does is any creature within the cone radius that the Burning Hands does, they have to make a certain saving throw to avoid taking damage.
Okay, and let me have a look at the range. That okay, so I have to be in at least 15 foot of them.
Yes, 15-foot cone.
Can I get that? Can I get 15 foot to them? Is that
okay?
possible?
Yes. How much movement do you have?
What's your speed? Top right. When you're in your core.
30.
30. 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get to as far as here, and you will be you will actually. Yeah, he's just outside of your cone.
No.
For that, he's 20 feet away.
Well, guess who's using Firebolt again, guys? Fuck's sake.
Fair enough.
Unless I stab him with a dagger. You guys want that?
I mean, you
can't stab him either.
You have to like throw it.
Oh my god, yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll snipe him.
Okay, yeah, just go and snipe him.
No, we won't snipe him.
Oh,
you roll a 10.
You roll a 10? Okay, yeah, so you do not manage to hit him.
Oh my god.
All right, so you manage to shoot a firebolt, and the firebolt manages to go and hits the other side of the wall this time.
Yay!
Awesome. So is that gonna be the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right, Delilah, your turn.
Okay. So from where they are, that final person.
Yes.
Okay, so they are within 60 feet, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to. Can I move forwards? 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces? Will I still be able to use a spell if I do that?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I would like to try Ray of Frost again because I haven't hit it yet. So
Okay.
I would like to see it happen.
I gotcha. All right, so go ahead and roll the hit.
I got a 16.
That hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay, so I'll just say now, so the description of Ray of Frost for those in the podcast, a frigid beam of blue-white light streaks toward a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, it takes 1d8 cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn.
Okay.
So I will now roll 1d8.
How do you want to cast this spell?
Okay, so, well, first of all, I hit a 7.
Okay.
So I do have my quarterstaff with me. So what I would like to do is, it's a little bit hard to describe, I suppose, but I would like to bring my, I'll hold my quarterstaff in my right hand. I will be clenching my left hand into a fist, and I will bring both hands in towards me and shoot kind of my left hand and then my quarterstaff out, like, straight arms out in front of me, and the spell will it will originate mostly from my quarterstaff, but there'll be like some additional energy coming from my left hand.
Awesome. And as you managed to do that, you managed to go and you managed to blast him right in his I would say like his hip area. And as you kind of and it kind of disables him and kind of like locks him up for a little bit. He's looking hurt, but he's not down yet. I believe now it is going to be Athena's turn again, and so she's going to take another hit with her greatsword. That's 18. She hits, and so that's going to be a 12 points of damage. And she goes and she slashes this orc soldier through the chest, and basically just stabs him through the chest, and he falls over and dies.
F.
Paul.
And you guys managed to finish the round quickly enough that you guys there are no reinforcements that are coming yet. If they are, they're on their way.
Run.
And like that, I believe combat is over.
Run.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to my original station. I'll be back in just a second.
Okay.
All right. So as you manage to clear up those two guards, you can sense that there are probably more coming. That's just assuming that more probably are coming as reinforcements of all the commotion. So Brie's like, "Oh shit! Come on, we gotta go. We gotta go now." And so you guys basically sprint into the room. Everything seems kind of honestly pretty normal compared to what you've just been through. And you see the hole and everything, like shingles still are a mess on the floor. And it's like, have to hoist yourselves up. And she says, "Okay, so that potion for the sticky hands lasts for about an hour. So go ahead. We can all make our way out of here." And so she like starts to lead the way as she starts going up the wall and starts going down into like back into the alleyway where you guys started.
Well, let's not.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's make haste. Yeah.
All right, awesome. So as you guys do that, you guys begin making your way, and with all your stealth checks previously, it's a bit rougher to get through the alleyway this time because you guys are a bit more like panicked and everything. But you do manage to make your way back into the kind of alleyway, and you're able to. And Bree's basically like, "Come on, we need to get out of the premises, basically." And so you guys basically stumble your way out and manage to go like the opposite side of the street, and are going to run away from all the commotion.
Always the nervousness of a dice roll.
And they can as you guys see, the guards kind of like are in commotion. One of them sees you guys kind of like running out of the alleyway and down the street. And he says, hey, where are you guys going? Come back here. And they start, basically a couple guards start chasing you guys.
Oh, snap.
Oh, fuck.
And Brie says, oh shit, okay, come on. And she basically says, all right, don't worry. I got something prepared. And she says, and she throws down basically the smoke pellets. And it creates a large cloud of smoke in this entire basically street at nighttime. And you guys are like, okay, we need to run now. And so you guys go and you guys run through the alleyways and kind of like weave. And after a while, I would say after about 20 minutes of laying low, they have very difficult time following you.
Nice.
So at this point, gathering all the things you just got, what would you guys like to do? I could kind of like reprieving from all this.
I would like to get back to the alleyway where Salem is and get the frack out of this town if we can.
Beatrix.
Yeah, so you guys basically go back, and it takes another like 40 minutes, but you guys make your way back kind of closely, staying as like unalert as you possibly can be, and you make your way back into the alleyway, and Beatrix is basically sitting there with a pig in that alleyway. She's like, oh, you're back. Hi.
We're alive.
We need to get out of
Awesome.
here quickly. Whichever way we can get out, let's just get out of this city.
Okay, so, and Bree's like, the gates are over here.
Is it
Okay,
guarded?
cool. Yes, but honestly, we can just. Yes, it's guarded. That's the problem.
We've got a way in. We can get our way out.
Maybe they haven't heard about the news at the barracks yet.
You want to try playing it cool and walking out?
Let's just go.
All right, look, act natural. Just act like we're leaving. Say that we're we're leaving before. I mean, it's currently nighttime, isn't it? We're trying to leave before first light.
We're escorting a VIP, a very important pig. Sorry, I've got hiccups.
Yeah, let's just try and act natural. Same formation as before. Act like nothing's happened and walk out. Surely news hasn't got to the guards yet.
Okay. I guess it's worth a shot. And Brie and Athena basically kind of follow you guys out as you guys go and meet these guards at the gates. And the guards basically there are less guards than there were before. There are still some like archers out, manning the walls, and you can see them up above, kind of like they're not really aiming at you. They're more looking towards like the horizon of the opposite side, but they can see you guys are interacting with you guys down below, and you see the two guards basically going and asking people like where they're going and what they're doing. And when they come to you guys, they speak to who is first.
Me.
Like, is it you?
Yeah.
Clears.
Yeah.
So all right. So go ahead. And they said, all right. What is your business? To weaving.
We're on an escort heading through the town. You can speak to the guard in the east gate for verification. We're under a strict instruction under Mr. Argon Woodway. I'm sure you know the name. We've been let in, so clearly we have the credentials. You will let us out now.
Do you want to make an intimidation or persuasion check for that?
Persuasion.
We're at the east gate. It would have been the west gate.
5.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
So Brie is assisting you, so you get advantage. So you get 20.
Okay.
21. So because Brie is helping you out here as well. He says, okay, open the gates. And you kind of see like them, they basically go and they start to like pull back this like giant wooden gate. And as you guys are able to slip your way through and out into basically the open wilderness that is the Ashenland.
Oh yeah.
Right, move out, everyone.
Okay.
So you guys basically you go a safe distance away from the archers and everybody, and you guys go and keep following the path until you find like a spot of where it starts becoming woods again.
Woo. That was close. That was too close.
Well, we didn't die.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't let you down.
Mm-hmm.
I turned to Brie and Athena. Well, we helped you out and you helped us out. What will you do next?
Well, and Brie kind of pulls out like the stone that she pulled out from the wall earlier, and she says, "We gotta go back home. and she basically goes and she goes down and puts this like sort of like blue refined gemstone on the like the kind of like the forest floor on the right side, and it begins to open up a like, sort of like a 4x6 tall like sort of like window into like a basically like a sort of like a bright meadow area, and it sort of like opens up and it says, well, this is where we drop off. We gotta go back home.
Fucking what?
Yeah, this isn't even our continent. We're stuck in it.
Interdimensional travel.
Yeah, we're not really from here. Me and Athena were fucking around with different dimensions, and we messed around with the wrong dimension, and we came here. Pretty weird one. The ground is hollow and everything. That's kind of weird, but you know.
I turn to Beatrix and go, "Is this another one of your tricks?"
Beatrix is like, I don't know, man. It's like it gives like a shrug kind of thing. It's like, I don't know anything about this. And Brie basically is like, yeah, it's a long story. We killed this like evil like warlord sorcerer. We like saved the world like once before in our dimension. But it sounds like you guys have a bit more to do yourselves.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But anyways, enjoy your spiel here. And she basically kind of steps through and kind of like pulls Athena through the doorway. And he's like, it was very nice meeting you all.
You too? Oh, that's my hiccups.
All right. And with that being said, you guys, they basically wave to you as you see this kind of like, as they like basically bring the gemstone through, and you guys see the portal basically closes and the doorway disappears and vanishes, and now it's just quiet all around.
Did they just say that the ground was hollow?
Yeah, the world is hollow, man.
So if it's hollow,
that's why you
underneath us?
Nothing big, just the underground king that you fought in episode 3.
So if it's hollow all around the world, then we could be seeing underground kings all over.
I'm surprised you haven't come to this conclusion earlier.
That's pretty weird, champ, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it came to this conclusion. Wait, first episode, people. First episode. But no, yes. That is indeed.
That's kind of, it's kind of weird, champ.
Well, with that being said, and saying goodbye to new allies and starting to like make your way onwards to the foreboding bogs, you guys start to make your way with Salem, and with kind of a new spring your step in front of you, getting past probably one of the hardest parts in this journey about getting through one of the most populated cities that was very aggressive. We're going to end today's session.
Woohoo! Foreboding bogs, here we come.
Yeah, should be fun. Should be fun, people.
Damn.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think that's a satisfying conclusion on every front, guys. Thank you so much.
Session, Dry Bones.
Thank you so much.
Yes, so thank you as always.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for listening and watching along with us. I hope you're enjoying as much as we are. We love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
See you, bye!
Ooh.
It's always an ooh-woo.